And one final thing before we wrap up, this is a little bit of a change in recycling. And it's one that is also not without its controversy, the fact that we will not be able to recycle glass.
Yeah.
What is the history here? Why is this an issue?
Well, I want people to be very clear that this is not Arlington choosing not to recycle glass. Markets determine what is recycled, and for a while there has been a collapse in the market for recycling glass, to the extent that no glass is actually being recycled when it's picked up in our blue containers. It's actually manually sorted from those blue containers and taken to a landfill. It's thrown away. So we have that current circumstance combined with the fact that it costs more to do that, because the process of sorting from the blue and then transmitting to a landfill has caused our cost for recycling to go up. And we've made the unfortunate but completely rational economic decision that Arlingtonians need to treat glass differently. So we recommend a few different things. The first thing you can do as someone who's concerned in the community is to use less glass. And if you can reduce the amount of glass that you consume, that's better. Then we'd love for people to reuse it themselves. Through repurposing for whatever their needs are. If they can't do that, then we want them to take it to a drop-off center. We have 2 currently. We're going to bring more to the county, but those drop-off centers will allow the glass to be pulverized into sand and then repurposed into construction materials. But if they're not going to do any of those things, it's better overall to just simply put it in the black cart, because that's where it ends up, even if you put it in the blue.
Now, I guess we've always heard that, glass was one of the early things you could recycle. Back when you still had to look at the number that was on the plastic container to see which things were able to be recycled. What obviously out of Arlington County's jurisdiction, but overall, what is the change coming from that is making glass no longer able to be recycled? Well,
so one of the things is that glass requires the ability to be cleaned before it can be recycled, and the commodity market for that has just completely shriveled up. No one's doing it. So without that commodity market, then you don't actually have glass as a recyclable, and it ends up in landfills. And this is a global thing. So every jurisdiction in the region, every jurisdiction in the country is dealing with the same thing.
So just the easiest thing right now is either take it to a drop-off center.
Absolutely.
Or just put it in the regular trash.
Consume less. That's the thing that we can all do. Reuse when possible. Take it to a drop-off center. We have 2, one in Central Arlington, one in South Arlington, and then we have a goal of bringing 3 more online so that we'll have every household within 2 miles of a recycling drop-off, a glass drop-off center. And then hopefully that captures most of it. But if there's any left, then it needs to go in the black cart.